Welcome to the advanced guide to Axie Infinity NFT valuation methods. In this comprehensive tutorial, we will explore the key concepts and practical examples to help you understand the process of valuing Axie Infinity NFTs. First, it is essential to understand that Axie Infinity is a blockchain-based game where players can collect, breed, and battle creatures known as Axies. These Axies are represented as non-fungible tokens, or NFTs, which can be bought, sold, and traded on various online marketplaces. To value an Axie Infinity NFT, you need to consider several factors, including its rarity, stats, and genes. The rarity of an Axie is determined by its body parts, with some parts being more rare than others. The stats of an Axie, such as its health, speed, and attack, also play a crucial role in determining its value. Another critical factor in valuing an Axie Infinity NFT is its genes. Axies have 6 genes, each with 3 possible traits. The combination of these genes determines the Axie's stats and abilities. Some gene combinations are more valuable than others, depending on their rarity and effectiveness in battle. To determine the value of an Axie Infinity NFT, you can use various valuation methods. One common method is to compare the Axie's stats and genes to those of similar Axies that have been sold in the past. This can give you an idea of the Axie's market value and help you determine a fair price. Another valuation method is to use online tools and calculators that can estimate the value of an Axie based on its stats and genes. These tools can provide a more accurate estimate of the Axie's value, but they should be used in conjunction with your own research and analysis. In addition to these methods, it is also essential to consider the current market trends and demand for Axie Infinity NFTs. The value of an Axie can fluctuate over time, depending on factors such as the game's popularity, updates, and changes to the gameplay mechanics. To illustrate these concepts, let's consider a practical example. Suppose you have an Axie with a rare body part and high stats, but its genes are not particularly valuable. In this case, you may need to lower your asking price to reflect the Axie's limitations. On the other hand, if you have an Axie with a highly valuable gene combination, you may be able to command a higher price, even if its stats are not as high. In conclusion, valuing an Axie Infinity NFT requires a thorough understanding of the game's mechanics, the Axie's stats and genes, and the current market trends. By using a combination of valuation methods, including comparison to similar Axies, online tools, and market research, you can determine a fair and accurate value for your Axie Infinity NFT. Remember to stay up to date with the latest developments in the game and adjust your valuation accordingly to ensure you get the best possible price for your Axie.